Carl Zeiss Jena Flektogon 35mm f2.4.
This legendary wide-angle lens was manufactured by the Carl Zeiss Jena factory in former East Germany. The first version of the 35mm Flektogon that was mass-produced was designed in 1952 and had a maximum aperture of f2.8. In 1976, a redesigned new version of this 35mm lens was released. It had an all-black finish, a faster maximum aperture of f2.4, and its elements were multi-coated. It was finally discontinued in 1991. The optical design of this later model consists of 6 elements in 6 groups. This lens accepts filters with 49mm diameter. Aperture ranges from f2.4 to f22 with click stops in between. The diaphragm has 6 rounded aperture blades. This lens weighs 247 grams. On the back, this lens has an M42 mount. I use a cheap M42 to NEX adapter in order to use this lens on my Sony camera. Minimum focusing distance from your subject to the film plane or sensor is only 20 centimeters. The Flektogon 35mm f2.4 deserves its legendary status. It's a superb little lens. There are many great features to mention, but for me, there are 2 that make this lens extra special. First off is its incredibly short minimum focusing distance. Every other 35mm lens that I own focuses down to 40 or 30 centimeters at best, but the Flektogon beats them all with its 20 centimeters minimum focusing distance. And this is a feature that I appreciate very much because I can go out and shoot big open landscapes with its wide angle of view, but I can also get super close to flowers or tiny creatures and use it as a pseudo wide angle macro. No matter how close or far your subject might be, if you nail your focus, you will not be disappointed. And you never have to worry about shooting wide open because this lens is already sharp in the center at f2.4 and gets super sharp all over by f8. I also really like its bokeh, which some people might find a bit wild, but I love its unique character. And the colors that this lens delivers are just sublime. For me, this is the second most cherished feature of the Flektogon. The multi-coatings that Carl Zeiss Jena developed in the 70s produce absolutely gorgeous colors. They have the perfect amount of saturation and richness and look simply beautiful. Mechanically speaking, this lens is a joy to use. It's built really well, it's compact and lightweight, and it's a pleasure to focus manually. This is without a doubt one of my all-time favorite lenses, and I feel very lucky to own one. I can highly recommend the Flektogon to anyone looking for an outstanding 35mm lens. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time here at Vintage Optics.